Welcome back here on McCaffrey Farms in the Eastern Plains of Colorado. Thank you for tuning in to the video. Let's get to it. But first, like always, remember to like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when I post new videos. And also, down in the description, if you're interested in following some of my other accounts on Instagram, Twitter, and I also have a Snapchat in there, go down to the description and click those links and go to them and follow me on there. But for this video, it could end up being just a bit of a smaller odd job video. Right now I'm heading down to get some bales. We're gonna grind a little bit more hay. The pile's getting a little smaller, so Dad went and got some milo bales this morning, and while he's seen, he wanted me to go get more that way, or 2 more hygraser. That way it'd be even on how many milo bales and hygraser bales we are grinding. And then I'm also gonna stop by the water where we just put the cows. Dad said he ran some this morning and he just wants me to check on it one more time. But the rest of this video could just be odd jobs because I'm not going to do a whole lot on the grinding. I already did a video on that. Be sure to go check that out. I'll do a card in the top corner. Go check that out if you want to see more on that. But right now, like tomorrow, which would be Friday, and then the weekend, we don't really have a whole lot definitely planned to do. At one point, Dad talked about hooking on to the flatbed and hauling some hay home. So stay tuned and we'll see what we end up doing this weekend, and I'll try and record as much of it as I can and make a video out of it. So let's get to it. It's good to see that the cows look like they're doing pretty good. They didn't even take them all that long to find the water when they got in here. The time we had the 3rd load here at the field to unload them, I think there had already been cows going to drink the water, so that's good. And I think they should be able to eat all that down fairly good. Like I said, there's a lot out there for the amount of cows there are out there, because there's about 30 less than what was up on the one at home, and this one has about 70 extra acres for them to roam on, and it's also quite a lot better than the one up at home. So we're hoping this should last them until they need to calve, and then we'll be able to bring them home and calve them out at the house, and hopefully they do really good here on this circle and can get some good weight and get some good calves out of them. Okay, so I'm just getting here to the field. Dad said that there were 2 bales on the south side that were lined up that he wanted me to get. So I'm gonna pick those 2 up, then start heading back home. I don't think I ever mentioned it, but this field, I believe he said he got 173 bales on, so a decent amount of hay. But unfortunately, this is a 320 acre field. I think it was the best yielding field overall, because there were some spots where this stuff was probably 8 foot tall. I'll try and find the video of when started swathing it, and you can watch that and see some of the spots. It was definitely a lot more inconsistent, but overall I think it was our best yielding field. We should definitely have enough hay though, especially where this circle that the cows are on now, with that extra 60 acres of hay grazer stubble that they're on. They should be able to have more than enough food, and most of the hay will go to feeding the calves. Here in the next week or 2, we're probably going to sell those opens and get some more bred cows, but we'll just have to see. And until then, I think Dad's going to feed them a little bit every now and then, since there's not quite as much on that circle at home. So we should definitely come close to having enough hay. We'll just have to see how things go. But like I said, it is helping having those milo bales. We really didn't want to have to swath our milo like that, but on a year like this, it's really helping to have those extra bales that we can mix in with the hay. And I believe there's still at least 40 of those bales as well. So for every 2 hay bales he's grinding 2 milo bales. Should help us out a lot and should get us a lot closer to finishing the cows off and getting them back on the grass this year without running out of hay. So we'll just have to see how things go, and hopefully it ends well. Went by one of our wheat fields. I think this one and this one coming up right there, I believe those were the 3rd and 4th fields we planted, but they're looking pretty decent. Some of the other fields went by there, the wheat's looking fairly good too. I'm surprised at how green it still is, because we've definitely had a lot of hard freezes, but it is all, as of right now, it's looking fairly decent. It's fairly big. I think it probably could have been a little taller, but it's looking decent for the year we had. Like I said, we got really lucky getting that 6 inches of snow, and then I believe the next day after that there was like 3/4 inches of rain. So we got really lucky on that whole deal. Had plenty of moisture to plant into, and that intersection was rough, but we really needed that. It would not have been very good if we hadn't gotten it. Last year we really came really close to having to dust the wheat in. Just there wasn't much moisture, and so getting that was really nice. And the snow we've gotten so far, this should really help the wheat out quite a bit more than what it did last year. I'm pretty sure we've already came close to doubling, if not tripling, the amount of snow we've got last year. And most of the snow last year blew right off the fields the next day, so really didn't get much of the moisture at all. But we're doing fairly good on moisture this year compared to last year, so hopefully it can keep coming and can really start helping the wheat out and go into spring and summer with a lot more moisture and hopefully a better crop this year. It looks like probably gonna have to run this because that tank is fairly low again, but just come over here. I believe the power's probably off, but oh, it is still on. So all we do, turn it to hand, press the start button. Once it gets fairly full, all we gotta do, switch it off like that. Down over here, what we'll end up doing is these gates, we set it to where they're on the bottom. That way, once we kind of let it all drain, we can open those up and get all the water out. That way, when it gets colder out, this pipe won't get full of water and freeze. So now we're gonna do that, and then we'll be good to get those bales home and probably start helping Dad grind them. That's one nice thing about having it on the angle it is, because the end at the tank is a lot higher than down there, so we can open those up and let them drain. And then also once they drain, I'll pull it out just to let a little bit more from the actual well where the pipe connects, let more of that drain out as well. We do have to put a few blocks, and then like this one where it's a little higher, we had to get a old protein lick tub. Then there's one down there somewhere as well, because if not, the weight of the water would actually bend these. And where we got these pipes from, down on the one side of the field, there's actually a few that are bent, so I'm assuming that's probably what happened to them. Nice thing about having that well for the pivot here, like I said, it's already set up for flood irrigation. They would run it north most of the time, and then I think they would also run it south quite a bit. But it's definitely nice having this, because like that, it did not take long at all to fill that tank, so makes it go by pretty quickly. All right, so as you can see, there is still a fair amount of water even coming out of there, so that's why it's always good to even take that piece off and let all the water you can drain out. It's always best to get as much of the water out as we can. So while we're here, like I said, it doesn't really take long. It's already about done running out, especially where it takes 10 seconds to fill up the tank, so may as well take the extra time to be a little more precautious and not damage anything and help keep it in a little better shape. Just set those bales off. Looking like he's got 4 hay bales to grind and 4 milo bales to grind, so 8 total. That should leave us a decent pile to feed with for a little while. Plans just changed. I'm not actually going to be helping Dad grind. He said we need more mineral and salt, so I'm going to run to the co-op and get some of that. I believe he'll call it in and say what he wants, so I'll just have to go and pick it up and head back home. Welcome back. It's a few days later now from the first part. Today's Sunday, and I believe I did the first part on like Thursday, so it's a little bit later. But we got the flatbed hooked up to the semi. We're getting ready to check the air pressure in the tires, and then we'll start moving the loader down to the field, and we'll try and haul a few loads of hay today. We might also bring some of the milo bales back, that way we have some of both for when we grind. But I'm gonna back the trailer up, truck and trailer up, and then gonna take it over to the shed so we can start checking the air in them. And I'm gonna do it all while trying not to hit the combine. Did it yesterday. Let's see if I can do it again without hitting the combine. Good news, missed the combine. All right, Dad called and he said he's getting close to the field, so gonna back this up over to the fuel tank. It's got just over a quarter tank, so gonna put some fuel in it, and then we're gonna head down to the field. I believe we're gonna haul a load of milo bales first. I don't know if I got close enough. Oh, just close enough. Just fill it up some. I don't know exactly how much I'll put in it. Get this going and then start heading down to the field. Shouldn't take too long. Didn't sound like the pump turned on. that's not good. There's something in this plug that's messed up. When I moved it just right, it comes on. That's gonna make things difficult. I was able to get the magical touch. Probably need to get a new end for that. I'll tell Dad. But got the magical touch and it's staying on. So we're gonna let that fill up for a little bit and then start heading down the field. Alright, got it filled up quite a ways. I didn't let it go until the deal shut off, but it's fairly close to full. Figured I better get going to get down to the field. Alright, so as you can tell, just got here to the field. Like I said, we're hauling out a load of these milo bales first. Probably only have to be able to get 2 loads maybe, but Dad's already into the first one. I'll pull right in between these ones, and then we'll get these 2 loaded and probably move up to those bales farther on up the hill. Now we got that loaded, we're good to head home and he'll start unloading them. Dad is going to unload the first few so he can kind of decide where he wants them. But then once he gets these first few unloaded, I'll take over and unload the rest of the trailer and probably call it good for today. I was going to try and do a little bit more on this video, but it was starting to get a little long, so I decided to cut it off where I am in the video, and I'll just continue in the next video, so be sure to watch out for that one. But thank you for watching this video. Like I said, all my other accounts are down in the descriptions. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thank you for watching. See you next time.